In a world where Final Fantasy is gearing up for Entry 16, and other long-standing JRPGs like Dragon's Quest and Tales have long since reached double figures, it's refreshing to see Scarlet Nexus represent a new beginning. From Namco and Toei, including a myriad of talent who has worked on previous Tales games, this action spin on the genre catches the eye immediately, with a striking art style and distinctive world dependent on technology. But even digging deeper, this one surprises with a remarkably robust combat system, likeable characters, and two narrative sides which feel substantially different. While a few noticeable frustrations dampen some of the fun, those looking for a fluid action RPG should check this one out. In Scarlet Nexus's future, the technologically rich world is beset by monstrous mutants known as Others. But humans have advanced to the point of developing psionic powers, which the Other Suppression Force utilise to subdue these monstrosities and protect civilians. The story is split between two OSF rookies, Yuito and Kasane. Each side ties into the same narrative whole, but the structure sees drastically different cutscenes and moments appear on each side of the road to the end. The order of locations you explore changes, twists are divulged earlier, which explain occurrences discovered later in the parallel story, and it proves remarkably compelling. While the stacking of twists can become a bit overbearing at times, the harsher edge afforded by darker moments is a welcome change of pace, be it the exploration of uncomfortable topics like mental health, or not being afraid to kill a character or two. It helps that the cast of characters, while trending a little towards clichés at points, are genuinely likeable. As before, your playable character affects the relations you experience. Hanabi, a childhood friend of Yuito, is naturally cagier when spoken to by Kasane, for example. Shiden proves a bit obnoxious around both, but the mutual respect between Kasane is noticeably different to the borderline contempt he shows for Yuito. Little quirks like that are fun to uncover, whether it's through mission dialogue or a plethora of Bond episodes. Some of the individual arcs you can uncover through Bond events are fantastic, humanising these companions while fleshing out the world and scenario around you. Finding gifts for your allies, along with Bond events, improves their trust in you. While you can only take 2 allies into battle, SAS allows you to utilise powers from all your teammates, and this proves invaluable in latter parts of the game, such as using Shiden's electric powers to shock water-based enemies. Combat opts for action rather than turn-based. Each protagonist wields a different weapon, with Yuito's sword proving more traditional, while Kasane utilises throwing knives. Along with 2 strikes and a dodge, both characters can wield psychokinesis powers. This element adds immense spice to the action, as while standard objects can be thrown, certain special throwables add further quick-time events that up the damage. The way you can easily swap between striking and psychokinesis is great, creating a rhythm to combat that keeps you hooked. The Brain Crush system is also a clever way of exploiting enemy weakness, as draining the crush meter before killing others lets you perform a unique finish. There's a lot of room for growth, with the brain map upgrades proving substantial for once. From being able to dump objects on downed enemies to Brain Crush's restoring abilities, there's a lot of power to be gained.
That went well. We should be able to take them on efficiently if we keep it up.
Here! Get crushed! It's done.
Exploring Scarlet Nexus does prove compelling as well. The Neo-Tokyo reminiscent hub of New Himuka is bustling with life and activity, mixing a traditional townscape with futuristic neon. A secondary, shopping-focused hub also proves attractive. Dungeon locations are intimate but feel well designed, with optional paths locked behind special powers you often don't have access to yet. It's almost reminiscent of smaller scale JRPGs you'd find before open worlds became the #1 genre. Other little touches, like digital sensors which prevent psychosis from seeing decapitated bodies, prove striking and memorable components of the world. Between all the stories and activities, there's close to 80 hours of gameplay here. Scarlet Nexus boasts a distinctive art style that is immediately eye-catching. The striking contrast between duller dark and neon-lit bright colours is amazing, ensuring flashier moments like specials truly stand out. Animations during combat and story are well done, and while a lot of cutscenes utilise still panels, the addition of animated facials does make up for it. Performance is pretty sturdy, though you'll see some stuttering and pop-in at points. The sound is excellent, with quality voice acting and a mostly consistent localization, adding personality to each character. The effects hit the spot, especially the crushing of psychokinesis. But the standout is the music, deftly mixing traditional orchestra with more electronic mixes that prove catchy and fitting for the technology-dependent world. Little touches, like the mixes speeding up as you further damage bosses, are just the icing on the cake.
So if you use my power, you can turn it into a big fireball. You'll lift that one up.
That's not to say Scarlet Nexus is flawless, with a few noticeable issues that hamper the experience. Side missions feel like an afterthought, with a few dozen quests that all fall into the same pair of categories: donate an item, or find an enemy and kill them using a certain technique. With little impact on the narrative, these prove tedious and not worth the effort. Speaking of which, the genre's tendency to be narratively excessive is present towards the finale, which does drag the pace down, considering how tightly woven the game feels in its earlier chapters. While these issues are noticeable, Scarlet Nexus delivers a great time on the whole. Like a throwback to the glory days of PS2 JRPGs, this futuristic tale weaves in many directions, and most of the time, you will be hooked. Fun combat, enjoyable companions, and stunning presentation make up for less enthralling side missions and some bloated parts. Whether you're uncovering the past of a companion, battling giant bosses, or exploring a smaller dungeon to find resources, it's highly enjoyable. If you have a hankering for a different take on the genre, this one should satisfy all the senses.